now. Breaking news from KXAN News.
That breaking news is that since 3:40 this morning, Austin firefighters have been on the scene of a massive fire in South Austin, a 3-alarm fire, sending as many firefighters as possible to this scene off of 4004 Bannister Lane in South Austin. The tech stock cameras that you're seeing right here capturing these massive flames. This was recorded about 4 o'clock this morning.
So people are also being told to stay away from the area right now. Austin Fire Department tweeting out that message. We also saw a number of people out in the streets, either because they're coming out to see what's going on or because they've been evacuated, because there are some other apartment complexes nearby. Candy Rodriguez has been out there working this story for us. Candy, what can you tell us now?
Hey guys, yeah, so people are still out here. Obviously, a lot of times when we have things like this happen, you know that is the case, even though officials do recommend that people stay away. And you can see that right here. Dozens of people all around in this area are watching as the fire continues to burn. This is a major fire. It is a 3-alarm fire, as you mentioned. Crews are still over here working to put this fire out. We just had a new tank truck come in with more resources for these firefighters, and you can see just how much work they're putting in. Right up here, as Julie pans over, you can see crews up there on the ladder, watering, hosing down this fire, trying to get it under control. It is still a very active fire. And again, just as a reminder, we're being told by people who live here in this area that this was a construction site. This was what appeared to be a condo or apartment complex of some sort that was under construction, and the fire has completely destroyed that now. The only issue here is that the biggest issue here is that this area is very populated and is surrounded by apartment complexes and homes here in this area, and this continues to burn. You can see it's affecting the electricity poles right there. Folks tell us that they woke up, some of them woke up to being hot, and that's because their AC wasn't burning, and that's because the power was out. Other people tell us that they decided amongst themselves to evacuate because they felt that was the safety precaution that they needed to take. But again, crews are still out here battling this 3-alarm fire. Dozens of crews, dozens of folks out here watching as this continues to burn. And right now we're actually about to head on down to check out the surrounding area and see the other apartment complexes to bring you more information, because we're still waiting to hear from Austin Fire. We did hear from Division Chief Thayer Smith with Austin Fire. He told us it'll be a while before they're able to talk to us. But again, right now we don't have any reports of anyone being injured, which is good news.
Candy, can you get the sense from looking at the firefighters behind you, are they, do they seem to kind of be mopping up, or are they still very much attacking this fire?
No, very much attacking this fire, I would say. Again, I just mentioned this truck just got here. This is a resource truck, has more tanks for them to work out of. But I mean, you can see they are up on their ladders. They are attacking this fire with water. They are working from various angles. You can see some are attacking it from the back, others from the side, others right here in the front where we are. But again, yeah, still very an active fire. So they are working hard to get this under control.
Okay, Candy, thank you for that. And while you're there, Candy, if you can just hear me, because I just got some information from some of my sources who are working next to this fire. So what I'm understanding is that this was a building that was supposed to be an apartment complex under construction that has burned down to the ground completely, as we can verify from your cameras right there. The concern is that this fire that started there at that construction site has possibly spread to other nearby buildings, which are some apartment complexes. So right now, the Austin firefighters are trying to figure out, are all the residents in those surrounding apartment complexes accounted for, which can be a huge task when you're trying to figure out exactly how densely populated this area is. So as you mentioned, no injuries with this fire, but has it spread to other nearby buildings? And that is the concern that firefighters are working right now. So we'll let you try to get more information from firefighters on the scene. Did you want to add something else?
No, yes, you're right, Sally. That's what we've been hearing this morning, and again, we're still trying to get that verified. You're right; it can be a very big task. Obviously, trying to figure out exactly where everyone lives, how many people live there, and making sure that, as you mentioned, everyone is accounted for. But again, you can see people are just out here, and it seems like we haven't heard anything else when it comes to that situation about that spreading.
Right.
If that has hurt anyone, but we have heard that potentially did happen to a couple of apartment units.
Okay, I'm glad that you're there on the ground. Keep on talking to my sources over here in the studio. David's standing by because, David, you can see right there as well that they are shooting water down from the ladder onto the flames that are close by. Before we go to Mandy, I just want to ask you about the wind situation. The firefighters, are they up against anything like that?
Yeah, very little wind this morning. As far as winds go today, light, variable. Even if this happened 24 hours ago, we would have had more of an issue with a 5 or 10 mile an hour wind. Obviously, the smoke there is drifting slightly in one direction, but overall, really calm winds across all of Travis County this morning. So if there is a bright spot, that may be it.
Okay, and
one
Mandy,
thing I want to mention, guys, is Galindo Elementary School is a couple of blocks away from here. We are checking in with AISD to see if there's going to be any effect on the schedules or the students going there this morning.
And Mandy, you give us a really good picture of this area, because when we just look at this scene and it says Bannister Lane near 290, a lot of people are waking up thinking, well, where is that? So you have a really good perspective of where exactly this fire is.
This is over, as we mentioned, in South Austin, just off of Ben White Boulevard. So Bannister Lane is a road that sits between First Street and Manchac. This is actually a perspective from our TxDOT camera there. So you're able to actually see where the frontage road is here, where Bannister is in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. If you look to the left-hand part of your screen, that's where Sally was just pointing out those fire crews shooting water down onto the flames. I've been watching this picture. It looks like drivers are still able to get through on the frontage road, obviously traveling very slowly because of the amount of emergency crews there. We're going to keep an eye on this, though, because it's very likely once we reach the peak time for the commute, if they have not finished battling this fire, they could shut this area down completely. So really want you to be prepared here if you use Bannister Lane. Once again, I know that's a residential street through this area of South Austin. You may need to get to Manchac first, or even Lamar Boulevard as your alternate route. So there are ways to get around this scene here for drivers.
And we were checking with Austin Energy. The latest that we're getting from them is that about a dozen poles have been damaged from this massive fire. So still about 1,000 people who have Austin Energy are without power this morning, and restoring power could take a while. So if you have friends, family who live in that neighborhood, in that area, you may want to give them a call and let them know what's going on. Of course, you can always stream us live on your smartphone as well. Without power at 510, I'm hoping it's not as hot as it usually is.
It's hotter than it has been this morning. It's about 80 degrees in Austin. So like Candy, when she was talking to that resident there, some folks woke up because they were hot, apparently, because their AC went out. That might be happening to you or to some folks you know in South Austin.
Okay.
You mentioned also that there was power poles that had been damaged. In a lot of cases, they'll turn off the power in these situations to protect the firefighters, and the good news there is that they can turn it back on, but at least a dozen damaged power poles, which obviously is going to take some time to get repaired. And if, guys, we can get another live picture back up, I want to give people an idea of what we are looking with, because this actually all came into our newsroom because I think, David, you had noticed it on one of the weather cameras. It was that big.
And we went on the roof to see it, and there was a glow 4 miles away. It was really something remarkable. We're next to UT. This is down on Ben White. So, you know, we don't know how this started or what it was, but it was a massive, massive fire. And
if you're just waking up this morning, to give you an idea of what really is the major concern here is you're looking at, obviously, the flames burning here. This was a construction site. There was an apartment complex or a condo or something being built. But off, let's say, to the right side of the screen and maybe a little farther back is another apartment complex that basically butts up next to this property. What we don't know at this point is whether any of the fire has spread into those apartments. As Sally mentioned, we do know that some of the power poles there were affected. Also, looking at, I looked at a Google Earth image of this location that was taken in April of 2018. At that point, it looked like it was being cleared off for construction, but there were also a number of trees in the area, which, as we've seen in these fire situations, can actually help spread the fire, because if they're not even right next to it, you get an ember that flies off the fire, lands in one of the trees. And so that's another factor the firefighters are going to have to issue. But you see there that just stream of water pouring down on that. These fires are not, as Katie mentioned, in the mop-up stages yet.
No, this is an aggressive firefighting approach.
And we are so dry right now. You know, we haven't seen rain and those embers coming down. You know, it just gives you some perspective of how quickly this fire could potentially
There you go,
spread.
right there, Manny. You can see those embers.
And more landmarks. This is across Ben White from the big Discount Tire there, from the big Gold's Gym there on the south side. This is on the north side of Ben White. It's not far from the End of an Ear record shop and a few blocks away from Radio Coffee Shop.
Yeah,
as well.
also, we mentioned that we have no reports of any injuries, which is obviously very good news, but this would be across Ben White Boulevard from St. David's South Hospital. So were there to be any injuries, hopefully there would be help there very close nearby.
You know, since we are over here and we have a lot of people working aggressively behind the scenes to get you all the information that you need, we're calling Austin Independent School District. Are there any schools nearby that are impacted? We're trying to get more information from Austin Energy after 1,000 people are without power because of this fire. But if our producers can also help us out, maybe come up with a map to give our viewers a visual idea of exactly where this fire is and everything that we're trying to figure out when it comes to the apartments that are nearby. So it is 5:13 this morning and around 3:40 this morning. Let's rewind here and give you an idea when we first started to hear about this fire. Austin firefighters around 3:40 called to a massive fire off of Bannister Lane near 290 in South Austin. This was a construction site. There were plans to build an apartment complex. It was under construction. It is gone now, according to our sources, to my sources with the investigators who are close to this scene. That apartment complex under construction is now burned to the ground. The concern, according to some of my sources, is did this fire spread to some nearby apartment buildings? So those are the two concerns. Put out the fire at the construction site, account for all of the residents nearby this fire to make sure that everybody is okay. Also hearing a few cars went up in smoke from this fire as well, and about a damaged poles when it comes to that, about a dozen of those. So here is the map. Thank you, Mandy, for putting this together. We'll try to figure out how we can give you another perspective of exactly what is around this, but you can see how densely populated it is and how, David, there's also a lot of a brush in this area, a lot of trees.
Sure, and this is, you know, some of us have gotten rain in the past couple of weeks, but a lot of us have gotten next to zero rain in about 80 days, which is certainly something, especially with all the triple-digit heat. Yesterday it was 101, which is drying out the soil even further. And as we were talking about a bit ago earlier, when this was a real tower of flames and smoke, Mandy spotted on our weather cam that was zoomed in there a lot of embers kind of scattering out from it to the sides. So we know the fire crews are on top of that. Hopefully it has not spread this morning.
Can you, by any chance, David, can you pull up that weather camera that you first saw the fire on, and maybe we can get an idea of any progress that has been made in fighting this fire since then?
Okay, so while David does that, then can we also have a look at, okay, there is the scene right now, and then we'll also work to get the video of what you saw earlier too, David, right?
Yeah, it's come down a good amount, and we will air that video just as soon as our editors have it ready. But earlier this morning, and I'll use my cursor, the tower of flames was much larger, and we were looking at this camera together. It was blowing out the frame, meaning it was so bright and so large.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, you had a car's headlights coming at the camera. It was hard to figure out what was going on.
All right, David, thank you. I want to get back out to Candy Rodriguez, who is got somebody with her there to talk with us. Candy, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. And the reason I wanted to come right back on is because I actually stepped away and walked down a little bit to see if I could see those apartment units that we're hearing about that have caught on fire, part of it. And I actually found one of the neighbors, Jason here, Gillespie, who lives in that apartment complex. That is Oak Run.
Yeah, it's Tramer at Oak Run, and to me it looks like a fire. And there's a fire right in front of my apartment complex right in front of me. We're the ones behind. Fire department did a wonderful job of letting everyone know and evacuating everybody and getting us out of there. As soon as we walked out of the apartment, it was just, you could tell there was a fire. And some people in front of us got affected, but they did a wonderful job of evacuating us to get us out of there.
And that's what you were telling me, Jason, that you happened to get a knock and you were told to leave.
Oh yeah, they're running around everybody's door, knocking on it, saying, "Hey, fire! Evacuate! Evacuate!" And me and my roommate got out of there ASAP. It's pretty early morning for 4 o'clock.
Now, did you know when you stepped out, or at that time, was that apartment unit next to you had already seen some fire?
Whenever I was driving out of the complex, I could see that some of the complexes had been affected by it, just from the bright orange light and the smoke. But I couldn't see too much. They had everything pretty contained, but
you said one of your neighbors was affected, correct?
yeah, I could see kind of the back of the complex right now, and one of the cars looks like it got hit, and yeah.
But they're safe, correct? Is what you?
I believe, yeah, they're safe. Yeah, they're safe.
Okay, so
yeah.
everyone was able to evacuate.
Everyone was able to evacuate safely and neatly and in a good fashion, quick fashion too. So.
And so what time did they knock on your door?
I'd say about around 4:15, around between 4:15, 4:30 is when they knocked on my door, and I think it started around 4 if I'm not mistaken. So they got to it pretty quick.
Okay, and so when you finally stepped out and you got to drive out, when you did that and you saw how massive the fire is, because look, guys, I will tell you that they've made tremendous progress from when we got here. They're still attacking it, very much so, but tremendous efforts have been made. And so when you stepped out and you saw that it was burning, what was running through your mind?
Man, I got work in a few hours, but hoping that all my neighbors were okay and safe, and that the fire department was going to do a good job of getting them out of there safely and fast, and they did a wonderful job of that.
Jason, thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. But yes, again, they're still working to put this fire out. You can see they have made tremendous progress. They actually just moved us down a little bit on this block, because if you look to your right, you can see that you're starting to kind of see those hot spots. Again, this is still very active in this corner, but they have made tremendous progress by attacking it from various angles. And again, we're still waiting to hear from Austin Fire on the latest and what exactly potentially caused this fire. I know that might take a little bit longer to get to know. Obviously, this will be under investigation, but once we have an update, once we are able to hear from fire, we will bring that to you live and give you all those details.
Candy, very good. Thank you very much. She mentioned figuring out what caused this fire. That obviously is a question that's going to be addressed down the road. But these construction sites, particularly when you have a framed up wooden building, can be very dangerous because they don't have any of the fire protections on them yet that come with a fully built building. It's just, in many cases, dry timber sitting out there, or lumber sitting out there that can catch fire, and you could have electrical work being done as well. So that is a question again for another, maybe later on today or down the road, but hopefully we'll be able to get some answers on that as well. But the interesting or the important development we got there is him saying that the fire did spread to the complex next door.
So yes, okay, so again, this was an apartment complex that was under construction. It was not built completely where people were living in it, but it was enough of a structure to catch fire in a massive way. This is a site where nearby there are apartment complexes. So firefighters are saying that not only did this construction site where they were building this apartment complex burn down completely, but then it spread to nearby apartment buildings. And the concern is, let's get everybody out of those buildings and make sure that they are okay. A few cars also burned in this massive fire that is still active. But from what we can tell from Candy's perspective is that fire does seem to be getting smaller. Not the case at 3:40 this morning when Austin firefighters first got the call. Our producer is also letting us know what? Okay, that we're getting some video in from the scene from viewers. If you have video or anything you'd like to share with us from a very safe distance, send it to reportit@kxan.com. We're going to gather more of that video, more information, and get it to you on the other side of this break.
In fact,
Stay
that's
with
what I'm
us.
sending you guys right now. We're getting more video coming in here.